Hi everyone, this is Marie Manucherry. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Thank you for liking and subscribing. Today I wanted to share information with you about what it's like when a loved one crosses over, a friend, family member, when they leave their body, and of course what's going to happen to us when we leave our bodies too. So death is a normal experience here on earth, even though most people don't want to talk about it, think about it, and are very unprepared when it comes to the death process. Now, the reason why we have death still on the human realm, because we live on one of the lowest time-space reality consciousness in all of the cosmos. So in other words, in other realities, of course, all non-physical realities, there doesn't have to be a death going on because people don't occupy a body when they're in non-physical realities. When you're in a physical reality, and because we're still a fairly low conscious time-space reality, we don't have a lot of options because we don't have the consciousness yet to just walk out of our bodies. That means just take your energy out when you want to. You don't have to get sick or be hurt by a car or another person. You just literally, your energy leaves your body and starts to walk through the dimensions. That's what will happen someday on Earth, but it's not happening often enough here on the physical realm. So we're going to continue talking about what's it like when someone's energy leaves their body. I think an important thing to understand so you can feel more comfortable about this conversation is even when someone is having an experience while they're dying, where they might be moaning or looking like they're having difficulty breathing, I want you to know that inside, they're not experiencing pain or discomfort. When someone is leaving their body, I've heard this from, of course, many beings who've already crossed, as I'm a medium and speak to departed loved ones all the time for my clients and students. And even those who've had near-death experiences will describe to you that they didn't have pain, even though their body was acting like it was in pain, or they were making sounds that were showing that they were in discomfort. They actually were feeling perfectly fine. Hundreds of angels surround individuals as they prepare to leave this world and move into the non-physical world. And when the angels surround you, they also numb any physical discomfort from you, even emotional discomfort. It's very kind. They're experts at it. They're really good at their job. So for those of us who are at the bedside of others, comforting them and helping them to feel better as they're moving through this experience, moving from physical to non-physical, I want you to know that inside, in their higher sense awareness, which is much more observant during the time of death than for most of us when we're living our day-to-day lives, they are not feeling physical pain. Of course, we're still going to comfort them and soothe them to the best of our abilities, but I just want you to know that. Now, once a being leaves their body, once their energy is out of their body, and that's what we're talking about, energy cannot be destroyed. So that's why when someone dies, there's no real death. There's just a death of the physical shell that we know them of, but their energy is still very much alive. And their energy will move into the fourth dimension, which is a place of travel. This is where a lot of mediums stand when they communicate to loved ones while they are still in physical form. To departed loved ones who are in the fifth dimension. So when a being leaves, when their energy leaves their body, they travel through the astral plane, which is a place of travel, the fourth dimension, and then they move to the heaven for this earth, which is the fifth dimension. And they can stay there for as long as they want to. Some people stay for years, some people stay for days, some people stay forever. No one has to reincarnate if they don't want to. And reincarnation can appear in the physical realm or the non-physical realm. Beings who leave Earth typically wait 50 to 100 years before they decide to have another reincarnation, particularly back to Earth. And a lot of beings who choose to experience the human reality are kind of addicted to it and come back to Earth over and over and over again. So they wait somewhere between 50 to 100 human years. Time in the fifth dimension and the fourth dimension moves much, much faster. And a way to look at it, because time is not measured outside of the earth realm, as time is a man-made phenomenon, it doesn't really exist. But if we were to look at it and measure it in some way, one Earth year equals 25 years on the other side. So they're really not waiting, all the years that we think they are. It's a very short period of time. Most souls really want to wait about 100 of their years because there's a lot of things they want to learn and experience. We have a lot of people on the human realm who don't do a lot of inner work consciously while they're in physical form. And so they do a lot of their inner work once they've crossed over. They want to be closer to spirit before they start to dive into what they might consider difficult scenarios or perceptions. And so that could take time as well. Another thing that happens when a person leaves their physical form and crosses over, and to cross over means they've moved all the way to the fifth dimension. The fourth dimension would not be considered a full crossing. It means you've left the third dimension, but you're in the astral plane, the place of travel. And the fourth dimension is also where all of our ghosts for Earth live. We don't have that many of them. Less than 3% of all of those who leave their physical form become a ghost. And no, most of them do not haunt anyone. They're just kind of confused, don't want to let go of the physical realm and wish they were still in their body. And so they're refusing to cross over, which is perfectly fine, right? Everyone has free will. They can do whatever they want. So you've crossed over, or your loved one has crossed over. That means they're in the fifth dimension. They know they have crossed. They know they have left their body, because that's definitely what you experience when you cross. It's so beautiful. I mean, the light is so blinding, bright light. And I'm sure that's for most individuals, that's their experience. And it's really beautiful the way they move through dimension and time. They see loved ones they haven't seen for a very long time, probably even people that they have known in other lifetimes, not even the most recent experience that they had, pets. The universe knows what will entice them and be of high frequency for them, and helps to escort them to the other side, which is really beautiful. And so once they're there, once they've been there for a couple of days, every being will be asked to review their life. The most recent life that they just had, they're asked to review it, which is a hologram experience. So it's a multidimensional experience where they watch their life in a very short period of time. I always assumed it would be days or weeks or months, but you're watching your life from the moment you were conceived to the moment you left your body. But no, it's only like a few hours apparently. So that hologram moves very fast. And obviously our consciousness is at a quicker rate. So we can really absorb the information very, very deeply when we're on the other side, witnessing our past life. And I point this out for obvious reasons, but also for maybe reasons that you hadn't really thought about. As a medium and having fun communicating with loved ones, sometimes when I am translating information to the human, to the person who's still in the physical form about their departed loved one, they kind of don't believe it's them. Because they're nicer, they're kinder, they're curious, they're actually offering wonderful advice. Because once someone's crossed over and they have seen their life review, they have a very different perception about people that they were angry with, or people they didn't have a good relationship with, or if they weren't really good at experiencing their emotions, they have that awareness and now they want to have that type of an experience. I don't think most people have what some people think is nirvana when you cross over. I mean, it obviously feels that way to walk to the other side and be in the light and be in high frequency, but people don't just become massively conscious and transformed once their life is through. They still have to continue to work on the things that they didn't work on during that physical experience. So sometimes I'll have people say, oh, my dad would never send me a kiss. He would never say kind things to me. He never told me that. And they know that. They're fully aware of that. And they may wish to provide healing and closure for you by doing something that they know your soul really needs. So don't be surprised if you talk to a medium or you talk to a loved one yourself, because that's really what is meant to happen on the earth realm. We're all supposed to move into expanded consciousness about our ability to communicate between realms. So that's normal and natural for everyone, or will be at some point in our existence, is that they're going to say things that you didn't expect, but they will identify themselves in ways that you can be clear that that is who is talking to you and who's communicating to you. So they change after they've seen their life review because they resolve a lot of their own issues because they can see the bigger picture. And once that happens, then they begin to see past lives, theirs and other loved ones who are still on earth. They see their past lives and their future lifetimes that are potentially coming up. And this gives them even more wisdom. So you really want to listen to the advice that your loved ones give you because their wealth of knowledge is massive, and their sincerity and integrity is also higher than it was when they were in physical form, which may say not much for some people who have incredible integrity, and it could be a tremendous change for some people who didn't have a lot of integrity when they were in physical form. So I would listen to the translated information that comes to you from a medium, or if you have already developed that skill, I would listen to the words of your loved ones because they are wise beyond measure. Have a good day. Bye bye.